Okay, here we go. Chapter 6, King and Queen Stuff. For more than 1,000 years, said the Queen, there has been a king or a queen on the throne of England, except for a brief interregnum. Interregnum? I said. From the Latin, said the Queen. You do not speak Latin? I have an A in Spanish, I said. Said the Queen. Inter meaning in between, regnum meaning reign. 400 years ago, there was a little break between kings. Why? England had a civil war. One side fought for King Charles I. One side was against him. Things did not end well for the king. What happened? Regicide. Regicide? The Queen sighed. From Latin, reg meaning king, side meaning kill. Regicide, I said. Yes, said the Queen. It is my least favorite type of side. This is dark, I said. Whew! This is history, said the Queen. King Charles I was executed. For 11 years, For 11 years, England had no king. A man named Oliver Cromwell named himself Lord Protector of the Commonwealth of England, Scotland, and Ireland. Cromwell hated kings. He hated queens. He hated fun. He shut down theaters. He outlawed pretty dresses, and instead of feasting on Christmas, people fasted. If Game Boys had been invented, he would have taken those away too. A terrible man. But you just said video games are rubbish. There is a considerable difference between believing something is rubbish and believing it should not exist, said the Queen. Remember that. I never forgot it. It was like the whole country got grounded, I said. Here's a picture of Cromwell, Lord Protector, and major party pooper. Some of the stuff Cromwell hated. Well, you guys know I don't like the word hate, so we'll say that these things were not his cup of tea. Kings, queens, fun, theaters, fun, pretty dresses, Christmas feasts, and probably Game Boys. Indeed, said the Queen, times were grim. For money, Cromwell melted the crown jewels. He sold off gold, the silver, the gems to fill his own coffers. Every crown, every scepter, every sword was destroyed. Only one thing survived. The spoon, I said. The spoon, said the Queen. When King Charles II returned to the English throne, he ordered his goldsmiths, jewelers, to remake the lost treasures. Some of those replicas stand behind you right now. And King Charles II tracked down the spoon, and when he was crowned, a bishop used it to pour oil on his hand. What? King and Queen stuff, said the Queen. Okay, I said. You asked why the spoon is so valuable, said the Queen. What do people want more than anything else? Tradition. This spoon may be only 10 inches long, but it reaches all the way to England's misty past, through the times that were dark and times that were glorious, and my goodness, your handwriting is terrible. I'd been writing all this down, and the Queen was now looking over my shoulder. I'm working on that, I said. As you should be. What does that say? It says glorious. I can't tell if that's a G or a Q. You need to put the little curve on the bottom of your stems. My mother always tells me that too, I said. She is right. Yeah, if he wants it to be a G, he's got to put a little hook right there. Okay, I said. Well, I'm going to search this place for clues. There is no need, said the Queen. I already know who took my spoon. You do? Was it the KGB? The KGB, said the Queen. This seemed exactly like something the KGB would do. No, it was not the KGB. It was the President of France. He left a note. The Queen reached into her handbag and took out an envelope. She handed it to me and I opened it. Wow, I said. The President of France has terrible handwriting, too. Some of these letters are backward. So what, said the Queen. So even if I do have terrible handwriting, I could grow up to be president. Yes, said the Queen, of France. What's that supposed to mean? I asked. Just read the letter, said the Queen. You stuck your tongue out at the President of France, I said. Dear Your Majesty, I snuck into the Tower of London and stole your spoon. Now, you will never get it back. This will teach you not to stick your tongue out at me next time we have lunch. Ha ha ha, the President of France. Uh-oh. Why would she do that? I thought his back was turned, said the Queen. I said. He was being rude, she said. Okay, I said. In any case, said the Queen, I want you to take the hovercraft to France tonight and fetch me my spoon. Okay, I said. Do I get any spy gear? Spy gear? Asked the Queen. Yeah, I said, like James Bond. Bond. Mac Bond. The Queen stiffened. Mac. James Bond is a made-up character in a made-up story, and this is totally real life. Oh, I said, right. Of course you get spy gear, said the Queen. She reached into her giant handbag and removed a pair of what looked like ordinary sunglasses. These may look like ordinary sunglasses, but they are in fact night vision spectacles. Wear them and you can see in the dark. Woo! But won't I look funny wearing sunglasses at night? I said. Not if you have confidence, said the Queen. Confidence. She reached into her handbag again and pulled out a box. This is a secret identity kit. You won't be able to check into a hotel or drive a car if people think you're a kid. I opened the box. Fake mustaches, fake nose, passports, wigs. Secret identity kit. Your name is Hugo Anthony Craig III, and you are a piano tuner from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Got that? But aren't I a little short to be an adult? Yes, the Queen frowned. I did expect you to be taller. Well, I'm the shortest boy in my class, I said. Well, said the Queen, confidence. People probably won't ask you about your height. It's rude. Okay, I said. Of course, said the Queen, there are a lot of rude people in France. On the other hand, there are a lot of short people in France, so you should be all right. I said. Here is the top secret report on the President of France. It may contain information vital to your mission. When all of those black parts are marked out, that's called redactions. So sometimes on top secret files, you're allowed to see some of it, but not all of it. And the parts they might not want you to see, they'd black out like that. Most of the words are blacked out. Yes, it's redacted. The best information is always blocked out of the top secret agent reports. It's top secret. But this is unreadable, I said. Finally, said the Queen, I will loan you one of my dogs to take you on your mission. You may select your favorite. Corgis, line up. The Queen's dogs stopped nipping one another's tails and arranged themselves into a tidy line shoulder to shoulder. I studied them carefully. Which one would you pick? I think I like that guy. He's kind of smiling. Or maybe that one. He looks happy too. I don't know. He's silly. Are these dogs trained assassins? I asked. Grr. Of course not, said the Queen. How dreadful. Are they robots? I asked. Don't be ridiculous, said the Queen. Well, then why are you giving me one? Loaning you one, said the Queen. The life of a spy is lonely. It's nice to have company. I pointed at the little dog on the end. That one, I said. Freddie, said the Queen. But Freddie is a runt. That's what everybody calls me at school, I said. Freddie, said the Queen. No, runt, I said. Ah, said the Queen. She picked up Freddie and placed him in my arms. He began licking my face. No licking, Freddie, said the Queen. Freddie kept licking. Well, said the Queen, you better get going. The hovercraft leaves soon. Freddie and I walked to the door, but I had one more question. Just one more question, I said. Oh, for goodness sake, said the Queen. How long do you think this mission will take, I asked. It will take as long as it takes, said the Queen. Why? It's just that this weekend, Derek Lafoy is having a karate birthday party. The Queen gave me a serious look. And were you invited to Derek Lafoy's karate birthday party? She asked. No, but... Well, good luck to you on your mission, said the Queen. Everybody was kung fu fighting. That's the name of a famous song. I guess that's the banner for Derek's birthday party. All right, that takes us to chapter 7. I'll be back to read that one. Over and out.